We're back! It's Saturday now. Carl? Seb, are you still here? Because I just realized I haven't heard from you since, Friday.
He's muted.
Ah. He may have stepped away then.
Yeah, Sam and Seb are...
Well, I know it's Sam's muted because he mentioned something about his mic. Let me take a look.
Gotcha.
Yep. I see you say that you are here, Sam. Just enjoying the sound. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well...
As far as humans go, you're definitely not one of the worst.
That's comforting.
That was sweet.
This is actually part of the other reason why I think that you could make a good Sam from the smoke room, Andrew. Sam
Okay, I'm
is
back.
Okay, welcome back. I was just going to mention that Sam's a pretty abrasive person, which is the other reason why I was like, you two would probably be good fits for Sam in the smoke room.
Great!
Not saying that you both are abrasive people, but you can...
I wasn't going to say it.
No, what I'm trying to point out...
So you all are abrasive and...
Yeah, the reason why I put that out there is you both can act abrasive when you want to, not that you really are abrasive. You're not even like a tsundere, it's more like you know how to pretend to be abrasive, you know?
That
I
word
feel-
I've definitely only heard in weeb context. Yep. That's your word for yourselves. I assume I'm allowed to use it, but I do get mad at you guys when you woo one too many times.
Well, just so you know, weebs are starting to take the uwoos and the owos and claim them as their
Oh.
own.
My goodness. They're assimilating it. Oh! That's my culture! It's my culture!
The weeb is the great melting pot.
Weebs definitely did Owo and Uwu earlier. Furries adopted it and then tried to make it their own, but they'll never forget their roots. They shouldn't.
Seb has mastered the best aspect of weeb culture, revisionist history.
Hashtag never forget.
Never forget.
Thanks, Obama.
I have delved into countless documentaries about the weebdom. It was so Jozu. Wait, that's not even the right one.
Wait, can we start saying like weeb terms in like southern accents now? That was so Jozu, desne.
Now, to get
Sukoi desne.
to get the southern accent just perfect, it comes down to stretching words out, at least for me. I remember in Spanish class, we had this one girl. She was from Texas or Louisiana, somewhere south enough, and she had the accent. It was gone in about 2 years, but she could not do Spanish. At least my teacher, she was very intelligent and could spell and had the grammar down, but she couldn't speak it. Like, como te llamos? I'm not even doing her justice. She stretched it out, and she couldn't say the vowels right, and it's like, oh, wow. And she was so mad at herself because it should be so simple, and she could hear herself not saying it right, but she couldn't do anything about it. She was powerless, and if I get that, if I could channel that, my southern accent will be perfect.
Come on, Vamanos, everybody, let's go.
Oh my god. Man, other languages are kind of hard for me knowing two already. Like, in Spanish, there's two different R's. There are both R's that I can pronounce and I have been pronouncing. But if I speak a foreign language, I am almost honor-bound to roll my R's in any case. Because Polish doesn't have the regular, like, English R, the one that I'm talking with right now. They roll the R every single time.
Oh.
Oh, really? I thought like the Polish R was like a... It's not like a... It's like a...
Yeah, it's not like... It's a very short roll. That's like the problem. So like whenever I'm speaking Spanish and there's an R there, it's just one R, but I'm like, yes, re.
Oh, and you can get yourself in trouble, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So, whenever I try to do like a Slavic accent for like recordings and stuff, or just talking, I'm like, oh, I just have to roll as many R's as I can.
You know, I know a guy from Poland who goes online as just guy from Poland. Maybe we could rope him in here.
Yeah.
Guy from Poland.
Yep,
Guy from Poland.
that is his entire persona. Just guy from Poland.
I am
Hi,
from Poland.
it's the guy from Poland. You know me
Guy
as
from
guy
Poland.
from Poland.
Everyone knows I'm from Poland.
Seb, I have an awful challenge for you now.
What?
Be a Polish stoner. Make Carl a Polish stoner.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Please?
Dudes, I don't know about this.
Oh my gosh.
I peek into the bathroom, watching as Carl stares at himself in the mirror, running his fingers through his hair. Raven?
Hold on a second. I'm recording. Oh. Hello, recording. I'm doing the recording thing. You look great.
Are you a Polish stoner, Raven?
No, but I could say
Everyone is Polish
you
stoner.
look great. You look so good. Proud of you.
It almost
Proud.
sounds like you're
Everyone
doing like a
is Polish
sleepy
stoner.
Dracula instead.
Yeah,
Sleepy Dracula. Sleepy Dracula.
Sleepy Dracula.
Whoa, I just pressed a lot of buttons by accident.
Very
Tell him, Chase, you look
no.
good.
Oh, no.
Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday.
You look great.
Raven stands back, grinning with a tremor in his paws, looking at Carl up and down.
Tell him, Chase.
Carl looks at me, and I have to agree that he looks quite a bit better. You look fantastic. A lot cleaner.
Thanks.
Now take a shower.
Before Carl can say anything, Raven shoves the mall bag into Carl's chest before slamming the door in his face.
Man, this is going to be great. If the interview was based on looks alone, he'd get to have the job locked.
Yeah, probably. And so with that, we move to the living room and wait. Half an hour later, Carl shuffles in quietly.
Remember, smoke, get high after the interview. Afterwards, it's incredibly important.
And no edibles. You never know when those things kick in.
Put one under your tongue just to know it's there. But, like, don't swallow.
Instead of like a cyanide capsule in a tooth, you have like a marijuana capsule there instead.
Gosh.
In the middle of like a really anxious moment for you, you're just like, I'm gonna need this in 45 minutes, and you just like bite your tooth.
Yup. You gotta go to the dentist and they just have like a gum that just like pops another one in there to like recharge it.
Gosh.
We don't even know he's there until he clears his throat.
So.
Oh, wow.
How does it look?
He looks good, but I'm more concerned with the fact that he looks more secure than I've ever seen him. He shifts from hoof to hoof, not making eye contact at all, his fingers pulling at the rolled up sleeves.
Oh my god. That looks fantastic. There's no way you won't get that job now.
Raven sounds genuine enough, but then again, he's always excited.
Because he's a dog.
Carl looks over at me, and I give a start, realizing how bad my silence must have seemed. Mainly because, I just don't give a fuck right now.
Well, I mean, you are like a rock, so.
I am like a piece of pumice. Thank you very much.
A rock.
Lightweight and inconsequential. Got it.
By the way,
Worse
DJ,
than
you're
mine.
doing a good job as Raven, in my opinion.
Oh, thanks.
I'm trying to be better with giving out compliments. I think that's something that I needed to do more. You're all
Yeah.
wonderful people.
Meh.
Except for you, Andrew, who doesn't accept compliments.
Oh my god. Just,
You do look great, Carl.
But,
Raven chuckles, and Carl's eyes widen.
What?
the beanie. Do you always wear that thing?
it's attached.
Carl lifts a paw to it.
Usually.
You can't wear that. How do you even get it on?
It's stretchy, and my head fur looks awful.
Seriously, you can't wear a beanie at an interview.
Carl's getting all fidgety again, so I butt in.
Oh,
Ah!
I would tell him to still wear it.
Oh, God, I hate it.
If it makes him comfortable.
Yeah,
Third
and
option. Oh.
he also looks
He looks
very
good.
good. Why would why would the beanie make that much of a difference?
Hannah's
Third-
like adamant. She's got the when she gets really adamant about something, her hands start getting very direct, and she's doing the very direct hands thing. You know, I
It's
mean,
like, dude, there are guys that wear hats formally.
I'm voting with Hannah on this one because I ain't voting against Hannah on this one.
All right.
You wear hats all the time.
So I hear two
I
votes
wouldn't wear
for
a
hat.
beanie to an interview. There's a difference between wearing a fedora to an interview and a beanie to an interview.
Seb, are you
But
going?
that's just like comfort. That's like he's changing so much about himself.
Oh, absolutely.
too.
I wear bow ties to interviews because that's my thing.
Yeah, so it's like if he could have like one thing of himself, then yeah, he should keep the beanie on.
I do genuinely
This is-
love how impassioned you are about the hat, Hannah.
Yeah, I'm not fighting it, guys.
No,
Okay.
I'm serious. I actually really do enjoy like the passion because it makes me really glad we're playing this game that we're getting passion out of this.
All right. So I won't judge a person for the car they drive. I will judge them a little bit for what they wear, but only if it's to the point of like you're wearing sweatpants and this is a job where you get dirty. What? The kid drove like a, oh, what was it? Nicer than a Porsche.
A Mercedes
Way nicer
than a
Benz,
Porsche?
Yeah, way nicer than a Porsche.
Ferrari?
a Honda Civic,
Rose?
Oh.
a Ford.
Anyways,
Focus.
it was two-seater, sporty, and worth more than I made in a year. And he just bought it with his allowance.
Oh
He was like,
Jesus!
yup.
Wow.
And he didn't tell anyone that his parents were rich, but he was wearing like, those had to be, I don't know, $60 sweatpants.
How to say that you're part of the upper class without saying you're in the upper class? Buying a fucking car with your allowance.
and again, okay. I already feel like if you have a shitty car, I won't judge you. Therefore, if you drive a really nice car, I won't judge you. But if you're wearing the wrong, like, it's not just, you could get hurt in sweatpants in that kind of job, okay? That's when I judge you for what you wear. If it's a sales job, but you
I'll be
can
right
own
back.
that beanie, do it. Wear it to the interview.
Okie doke.
Or, and there's my opinion. It's not a yes or a no. Fuck.
Well, I also heard Seb say that he was going to step away for a moment, so that means the vote is down a person. So we got two people for wear it.
No.
You would be the only person who could dissent, and you're kind of conflicted. So I think, we should
No.
probably just say, oh yeah, go ahead.
Why is wear it in red?
Because I'm hovering over it right now.
Okay. You know what? This could be a learning experience. He should wear it. If it turns out poorly, then next time he cannot wear the beanie.
Alright, we're gonna wear it then. Hey, I actually think it looks kind of nice with everything you've got on. Carl
That's a hard
glances
decision.
at me, but starts fidgeting with the beanie. Raven looks at me, then back to Carl. By the way, we've now been locked into the bad ending of the game.
Oh fuck!
I'm
Oh,
joking.
shit.
I'm joking.
Oh, don't just be like, hey!
So rude.
God
Alan.
damn you, Alan, pulling at my fucking heartstrings like that. Oh,
Do you really think
making
the
me
hat
feel
would,
things.
Do you think the hat would be the thing that would determine the good versus
Yes!
That's part of Carl's personality.
bad? Ah, yes. You chose to have him wear the hat, and he uses the hat to summon Cthulhu later on.
Alright.
Maybe now he's gonna be comfortable enough to not have to get high. I don't know.
And
That's like-
because
that's the
Carl
one
didn't
thing-
get high for one day,
Oh,
Cthulhu
I
came
wanna
3
see
years
him.
early.
That's
Although I
the
do wanna
one
see
thing.
what he looked like without the hat. I'm not gonna lie.
Hello, buddy.
Just to see like what he looks
Ugh.
like.
That's the one thing you don't do at job interviews. Everything else is kind of negotiable. It's just don't be high. It's the only thing.
Now, one thing I will say is we never actually get to see what Carl's hair looks like. If we did tell him not to wear the hat, he would have fought against it and still worn the hat. So I think Carl's like head hair is similar to like Double D's head in like Ed, Edd and Eddy. We're just not allowed to know what's under the hat.
Well,
No, you can't look. You'll collapse the wave function.
so, we just- so he was gonna not wear it no matter what. We just did the nicer thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's not wearing a beanie?
No. He was gonna wear it. Sorry, Hannah. He was gonna wear it no matter what. We just did the nicer thing.
Oh, gotcha.
She got really intense about that.
I don't know why.
She loves this man's beanie.
I don't necessarily love the beanie, but that's like a part of Carl, and I've been feeling bad for the fact that he's been like increasingly been feeling more and more uncomfortable with the different things that they're having him do to basically like change his appearance and stuff. And so it's like that's the one thing that you get to keep of himself. Is
Carl,
the
you're
beanie.
beautiful on the inside, but we're gonna make you beautiful on the outside by taking away everything you love.
Now,
Yeah, I
no
didn't
girl
like
will
the
ever want
picture
you because
here.
you're actually just fake.
they make him like into like one of like the douchebags from like the mid 2010s, and like
Oh my
he's
God,
like he
yes.
gets a spray tan, he gets like big muscles, he's got blonde hair that's spiked, and he's got an earring.
It's like if you weren't just all like the freaky bodybuilder look, just tends to freak women out because it tells them you're super obsessed. Like it's unhealthy, even though you're so physically healthy. Like something else that like you take care of a bunch of plants, that'll like tell them, oh, okay, you're not just completely crazy.
This plant's name is Gertrude.
You're pushing it, Alan.
No, it's Audrey too.
No, Audrey 2's over there, next to Gwendolyn. Girls, you need to stop fighting so much. You can both get some sunlight. Beatrice, what did I say about growing that extra leaf? I'm gonna have to prune that thing.
You got to be more evil, and then you'll be channeling one character from that one book.
Good Omens?
Good Omens. Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
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 He frightens his plants into growing.
Crowley is a demon, an actual demon from hell,
Yes.
and
He's also adorable and lovable.
yeah. Oh my God. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bro.
He is amazing.
We should
And
probably
he's
get back to this because
fighting-
you guys
Nope.
are all needing to go to sleep soon. So,
Oh yes.
Yes.
Raven,
Well, all right.
Carl sighs and shifts around again. We watch him expectantly.
Dudes, it's just... This feels weird is all.
It's new. You'll get used to it.
I pull out my phone to look at the time. Alright, we really need to head out. We should get there early. As we head to the door, Raven makes as if to follow us. I kick myself for forgetting to talk to him earlier. Who left?
Is it Sam?
Hello?
Yes, it was. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
You said that in character voice.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to break the Chase voice once I'm in it. It's hard to switch back and forth, honestly. I turn around to face him as Carl heads out of the door. Hey, Raven. He stops.
What's up?
So after the interview, me and Carl and our other friends, not Raven friends, just other friends, we're gonna be doing something.
Alone.
Raven raises his brows.
Oh.
Oh, it's not that we don't want you to come. It's just that we don't want you to come.
You
Like,
tease.
this is going to be a really intense, potentially cluster-complete, and
Though I really wouldn't mind having his upbeat attitude present at what will surely be the biggest downer of the week. It's just that it's really personal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously, you wouldn't want to come. We're gonna be talking about some heavy shit, like drowning kids heavy shit.
Yep.
Raven seems to perk up a little at the idea of drowning children.
Oh, well. I wouldn't want to intrude. I'll just hang out here then.
Yeah, we'll be
Literally.
back soon, okay?
Sounds good. But you have to tell me how the interview goes. I know he's gonna do amazing.
I will, and he will. See you in a few. Carl looks confused as I come out to the car alone. Carl?
Where's Raven?
Just living in your home.
And a 90s sitcom from the Disney Channel. It wasn't really that good, but some people really love it.
Actually, that's,
No.
that's so Raven.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just no. You used your magic otter powers and you like sent him. You sentenced him to a TV show. He's just in it now, trapped forever.
I like the idea that otters within this universe can like trap people within media. Like that's the reason why Chase has the camera. He just uses it to seal people's souls within like crappy TV shows. I sit down and make a show of buckling my seatbelt. So I want to tell you about this after the interview, so you didn't have more to stress out over.
What?
I pause as I back out, pretending to be distracted as I gather my thoughts. So, I don't think that you need an emotional support dog. I know you think Raven's your emotional support dog, Carl, but look, you can do fine without him. You'll be okay. The interview will be alright.
No,
Carl, you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay,
Don't worry about
good.
it.
I'm glad. You're okay without an emotional support animal. That's great. By the way, Leo wants to meet up at the lake.
The lake. The lake?
Yeah.
Why?
Closure, he says. Carl stays quiet as we drive through Echo, and I swerve to avoid all the potholes. Even though he really wants some pot right now. As I'm merging onto the highway, he finally speaks up.
I think that's a good idea. Like, we've been sitting on this for how long? We should do it while we got the chance.
I nod my agreement. I just hope everyone else feels the same. We fall back into silence, and it stays that way for the remaining 20-minute drive. Carl gets more nervous the closer we get. I can see his knees bouncing out of the corner of my eye as he stares out the window. I reach out and put a paw on his shoulder as we pull into the parking lot out of the print shop. You look awesome and you're gonna do amazing.
What if the opposite of an emotional support animal?
An emotional distress animal.
Yeah. So like, I've got a joke that like instead of like an emotional support dog, have like an emotional support badger that will just fuck up the things that try and distress you. But this is again the total opposite of that. It's just an animal that just makes you sad and lonely.
Aww.
Carl starts taking deep breaths, staring out the windshield. Just be yourself. Everybody loves a relaxed employee.
Wish you let me have a smoke before we left.
No!
Yeah, go into an interview smelling like pot. Great idea.
Or worse, high, because they'll know.
Carl giggles nervously, but otherwise doesn't move.
We'll get so wasted after the interview.
Yes.
Do you want me to go in with you? Carl shakes his head quickly, unbuckling his seatbelt as he opens the car door.
No, man. I'll be fine.
Okay, cool. I'll be waiting. I grin at him, but he shuts the door and ambles up to the print shop. He pushes on the doors, and when they don't move, he pushes harder, shaking the glass. I start to open my door to tell him to pull instead, but he seems to figure it out before I have to, and disappears inside. Oh, Carl. Then I sit back and wait. I try to take a nap since I've been up all night with Raven and Carl gaming, but the heat beating down through the windows becomes too uncomfortable. I turn the AC back on, then shuffle through the stations, but I only find Twangy Country and Mariachi. I look at the time. 10:10 a.m. If the interview started on time, then he was probably almost done with it by now. I sort of want to go inside, but I know Carl wouldn't want me to. I settle back again and close my eyes, trying to get some relief from the failing AC. Then the door rattles, and I hear haphazard hoofsteps. I open my eyes, but no one's there. I do catch some movement disappearing around the side of the store, and I'm looking around to get a better look. I wait, but Carl, at least I think it's Carl, doesn't come back from around the corner. Looking around, I slowly open my door. Carl? Nothing. Carl! I yell it, but he still doesn't come out. Feeling some dread build up in my stomach, I get out of my car and slowly walk around the side of the building. It's an alley between the print shop and what I think is a laundromat. Nothing is in the alley except for a few dumpsters and clumps of garbage. I step carefully around puddles covered in oil slick and wonder if he'd really wanted to smoke. Carl? Something shifts on the other side of one of the dumpsters, and I hear sniffling. Wordlessly, I walk around the dumpster to the other side. Carl is bent over, his back to me, paws on his knees. His whole body is shaking, and his breaths are ragged. Holy shit, Carl! I'm at his side instantly, rubbing his back. What happened? Are you alright? The stench of vomit hits my nose, and I don't need to look closely to know what the puddle between Carl's hooves is. Carl makes sure to turn his face away from me, not saying a word. Shit. I dash back to the car and open the passenger door so I can get to the glove box. I pull out a few napkins before hurrying back to the Ram. He takes them from me wordlessly and starts wiping his face. The last time I'd seen Carl like this was just last year, when he had his panic attack at school. I didn't think he'd have that problem now, after all the therapy and time away. I try to rub his back comfortingly, in a clockwise motion like my mom would do for me. He's at least not hyperventilating. He has his horns pressed against the wall, taking deep breaths as he wipes his face again.
Why do I suck at everything?
He says it quietly, between gasps, but I can make it out. No, Carl, you're fine. Let's get you home. I start to pull on his arm, but he yanks it from me violently.
Touch me.
I'm stunned into silence. I stare at him, mouth open. He glances at me, and his eyes are red, and for once, it's not because of weed. Carl starts off towards the car on his own, spinning off to the side as he does. Carl, what happened? He whirls on me.
Fucked up, obviously. Any more fucking questions?
His voice breaks apart on the last sentence, and he turns away from me as his face starts to screw up. My stomach feels hollow as I watch Carl get into my car. I've never ever seen him like this. He immediately hunches forward, head in his paws. I slowly walk up to the driver's side door, feeling like crying myself. I sit for a while, waiting to see if Carl is going to say anything more. He does.
I'm sorry.
He blurts it out through his fingers. I look over at him, scared to say anything in case I say the wrong thing.
It was a disaster, man.
He takes in a deep, shuddering breath.
You could tell I wasn't into it right away. I was awkward as fuck.
He leans back and tugs at his shirt.
This isn't me. And they knew it, and you got me nervous. I've been nervous since I got my clothes, since I got this stupid trim.
At that moment, it feels like I've been punched in the stomach. I'm just now remembering the conversation we had on Wednesday. I close my eyes for a moment, not wanting to believe I'd become exactly what he said I wasn't, what he liked me for not being. We sit in silence for a long, long time, until Carl finally looks at me and smiles.
God damn it. We both knew this was gonna happen, didn't we?
I don't know, man.
And fuck me very much for taking it out on you.
It's sort of my fault.
Nope. I'm the one who screwed up the interview.
Carl sits back in his seat.
Now, with that fuck up out of the way, on to the next one.
I force a smile. You sure you still want to go?
Hell no. But if I don't want to think that, hell no. But I don't have much of a choice.
I sigh, looking out at the hazy horizon, in the direction where I know Echo is. Can't wait. So with that, I turn on the ignition and pull out of the parking lot, leaving the print shop and its alley far, far behind us. So I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yep.
I'm getting drowsy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye forever.
With